Louie C. the Mayor checking in. Boy, I got to tell you, it's big right now. Listen, whoever told y'all that the Florida Keys is shut down, they lied to you. This thing is wide open down here. So many people in town right now. We're in the peak, full swing of tour season. So it's nothing but love. We're getting all love in the street. We still shaking hands and kissing babies in theory. You know, we being safe out there. So all love. We kicking off the weekend right now on the Louie C. the Mayor podcast. Right now, boop, boop, boop. Hit that share button right over here. We're going to get this thing started. Notifications right over here. Boop. YouTube, there's a little button right around. I think it's right around here. Hit the subscribe button. Boop. And there's a lot of stuff going on tonight. We're getting ready to do it big. A lot of people have been cooped in the house, eating ice cream and watching Netflix. All that done come to an end tonight. We're going in wide open like when you was a kid. Some of y'all still kids and you got on the trampoline, you hit that big dive in the pool. That's how we're going in all the way in tonight. Thank you all for FloridaKeysIndy.com, accident lawyers in the Keys. If you have an accident in a moped, car, bicycle, or God forbid that big ocean, that ocean is serious. They had 5 people eating coconuts for 33 days on the island the other day. It's serious. Don't play with that water. If you have a situation after you call the Coast Guard, they come rescue you, you get back to normal. Go to FloridaKeysIndy.com or any accident, they'll take care of you. Locals taking care of locals. An advanced urgent care Key West Marathon in Key Largo now offering affordable health care, $89 with the 2 Ks, keyscares.com. Also, I seen a bunch of foolishness today about side effects of ivermectin. Got my pressure going up. Don't believe this foolishness that they got going around here. If it looks like COVID, talks like COVID, go in the ivermectin protocol, you'll be good to go. I got Monica Flowers in the building today. Still working on getting off them cigarettes, so we send her down there to Naughty Vapes, the #1 vape shop in Key West, right across the street from the fire department. Rebecca and Debbie always taking care of locals and military with that 10% discount. NAUTI Vapes. Find them on Facebook. And look who's back. Y'all counted my man right here out. He said that man ain't going to come back to the Keys. They said, where this man went. Somebody called, have you seen so-and-so? Can you put an APB? They said, I don't know where this man went, but I know what was going on. Sometimes you got to go undercover. And, that man might have been in your shoulder, but he seen you, you ain't see him. We like to welcome back out here. I mean, this man wasn't born in Key West, but in my book, he's certified conch. DJ Jeff Buffington in the building. Jeff, how you doing, sir? Nice to have you. How's everything going?
Pretty good. I can't complain. Got a new venue.
Nice. So can you, we know you famous, but we're going to go to the next level and world famous because, they got TVs up in the sky now and all planets or whatever. So we worldwide right now. So can you tell the people just a little bit about yourself right on that camera and let them know what's popping?
Well, I'm DJ Jeff. Started off about 30 years ago DJing high school dances. I DJ'd my actual 8th grade prom. The girlfriend wasn't happy about it.
Okay.
But, started way back then. My best friend at the time's father was a GM of a radio station, also had a morning show, and on the side he did dances and parties. So my best friend and I would rent the equipment from him. We weren't even old enough to drive yet. So he would drop us off at the dances. We would DJ it, he'd pick us up, he'd take half, we'd take half. So through high school.
Hustle.
Yeah, side hustle. Mow lawns and DJ.
Okay.
So when I went off to college, I started DJing on the radio station at the college.
Which college is that?
The University of Maine.
Maine. And one time for all my people from Maine checking
it. And there was a club there called Jetties, and I went in, tried out, and got the job. And they also had a sister club that was far away from the college campus, about an hour. And in the summers, I would DJ at the sister club. So that's when I started off in Maine, and that was in the late 80s and early 90s back in the day. So.
Sometimes they ask me a question, and they tell Jeff the same thing. They say, boy, y'all ain't no spring chickens.
Nope.
And we say, yeah, you're right, we're not spring chickens, but we actually are still spring breaking. So tonight, I think we're going to kick off right now. We're going to be ahead. We're going to get a jump start on what's happening. We're going to turn up tonight. We're going to give you the details here in a second. Who is Miachael Knowles, straight out of the surgery? Thank you, Dr. Oppenheimer. Thank you, Dr. Burrows, for coming through for Who is Mike Knowles. Mike, I know you getting back to health. How you feeling, sir?
Man, I feel great.
Okay.
I'll be even better when these eyes get together.
Okay. We got Monica Flowers in the building. Flowers are happening or not happening, Monica? What is the story?
I have to leave at 5 a.m.
5 a.m. So make sure you take care of your loved ones, because you know them girls don't play about no Valentine's Day. You'll be in the doghouse for the whole year. So make sure you take care of that. And where can they find you, Monica?
Monica Woodbury on Facebook or Rose Petals in Paradise on Facebook.
Nice. Okay. Awesome. So Jeff, we're gonna get this thing started. Who is Michael Knowles? Mike, let me get this this monitor over here for Jeff. I'll try to, you never know what Mark doing on Facebook. You never know what he's doing. So who you got over there on your side?
You've got Deborah E. Sweet. You've got Deborah E. Sweet says, good evening from Becca and I.
Oh, nice. Gotcha.
Andy Perez is watching.
Got you. Go ahead. It's a live show. It is what it is.
It happens.
It's a live show.
Things happen.
That's why we do a blood roll.
I got a button because the case is up. Shut that down. Yeah, my buttons are on the case.
Got you. We could get it. So who else we got on?
Andy Perez is watching, but I'm not seeing much on this.
Okay. Mike Knowles, are you good over there?
Yeah, let me see.
There we go.
Okay.
So I got on there.
I got the skills.
Okay. So I'm going to try to get Jeff on a watch party. Let me try to get this monitor. So, Jeff, let me ask you a question. Okay. So before we get the show started, come on in, hit the share button right now. Boop, boop, boop. The whole city's got multiple calls for service right now. Multiple calls for service. So what happens is usually with Dr. Lito, we take a couple girls a week, for service for the back treatment. When this bull start running, these treatments go up. So we've been up to like 8, 9 girls now, because once you buck on that bull, it's a serious situation on that back. So we matter of fact, I think Dr. Lito might have to come to the Old Town Rodeo, be on standby, because this competition gonna get heavy. It's gonna get serious, and then if you get knocked out of a whack on your back, we're gonna have a place. Dr. Lito gonna hit your back, boom, send you right back to the bull. Because out here we playing for championships. We have the champion. The champ is here, Monica Flowers in the building. I'm not quite sure if she's putting the title up, but there's a lot of girls coming to get it. Monica, can we get a comment on the title situation?
It'll be a surprise.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
But I will be there.
So you're not saying yes, you're not saying no.
Exactly.
Okay. So Def, I think we got you squared away. So just put it on there, and what you can do it yet, you can share it to your page. It'll be good. Red Tater popped up there. Yes, we must have heard his ears ring. So let me see. Red Tater, my man. We were just talking. Hey, Red, how you doing? Thank you all for the love. Okay, we're going to get this thing in overdrive right now. Make sure you share right here. Keep sharing. Boop, 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 boop. Let me see what else we got. So, Jeff, I want you, over here we got 2 words on the program. It's called blood raw. We don't want to sugarcoat it. What does it take to become a top of a line DJ?
Patience. You got to put in the work. Just knowing the music is it's a great tool, but you got to learn people. You got to learn the psychiatry of people.
Right.
In radio, if you notice, there's a clock to radio. At the top of the hour, they play the hits.
Right.
And around 15 on the hour, and the half hour is they wind it down and wind back around, because the attention span of a radio listener is about 15 minutes. Now in a club, if nobody says I'm going to leave at 11:10, they either want to leave at the top of the hour or whatever. So if you can hype up the music towards when people would want to leave, you get them for another 10 songs or something like that. So there's a clock in a club or any kind of a venue. So you operate on that. If you just download the top 40 songs and play them, everybody's heard the top.
Everybody want to be a DJ now because you have a computer.
Yeah, so that doesn't make you a DJ. The ebb and flow of the night is dictated by the DJ.
So some DJ said, "Man, I'm killing them." Look, I got the whole dance floor crowd. I said, "Yeah, you killing them."
Then you look at the bar.
But there's 800 people in the club. Yeah, it's not hard to kill them. You got to really be messing stuff up. Kill them when there's 8 people in the club, and put 4 of them on the dance floor. Then you killing them for real, because if you throw a song, if you throw a song on, and there's 800 people on the dance floor, and a lot of them cleared out. You won't notice. I'll be damned if you don't notice when there's 8 people and all 8 of them leave the dance floor because you're not going to build. So this takes a lot of work. So how many hours you got invested in the DJ game?
You know, one day I sat down and thought about it. I tried to think about how many people I could have potentially DJ'd for and how many days. But I mean, there was a probably good 10-year span where I DJ'd every single weekend and maybe 2 or 3 nights mixed in with extra. If you figure an 8-hour set times 2 is 16 hours times 52, and you're looking at over almost a 30-year career. There's a lot of hours.
Yes. No pain, no gain, and that's why we have short patience when it comes to entertainment. If you want to get in the game right now, look, we'll take an intern right now, but you know you're gonna have to pay dues. Mike knows we had any interns that made the full program here. Some of them close, huh?
Man, some clothes. I won't put no bets on them no more.
Yeah. But it's all right. Hey, my guy Andy Ellisberg started as an intern for the Miami Heat. Graduate like me from St. Thomas University. They told him your job is to go ahead and clean these whole bleachers. That's how you start today. Pick up cups, whatever you see, popcorn. You got to clean this whole arena, top to bottom. We ain't got a budget to be paying people right now. This is your job. And that's when the Heat started. Now, you know what his title is? Vice President of the Miami Heat, answers to Pat Riley. This man is a wizard when it comes to contracts and, the salary cap. So I'm glad to call that man a colleague of mine and very humble gentleman. So shout out to the Miami Heat class organization and my man Andy Ellisberg. So Jeff, I understand that you're a little bit north, but it's hard to keep up with this man. Some of y'all, I see the camera. I know you're trying to adjust your screens and said, is this really Jeff? Is Jeff really in the building? But it's really Jeff in the building. Now, what y'all don't know, Jeff been a whole bunch of places, but sometimes you spend some time in Alamorada. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've just been home for a minute.
Gotcha.
I left Key West in 2005 after Hurricane Wilma. I had a house with a few business partners, and that got basically destroyed. So I was literally homeless, and I had a friend that was up the Keys in Alamorada at a little place called the world famous Tiki Bar at Holiday Isle.
Okay.
And I took over that gig.
Nice.
And, that was back in the day when there was Bartender's Bash and Pitbull and Laz, and everybody was
DJ
part
Laz.
of that.
Did you hear DJ Laz back on radio?
Oh, is he?
Yeah. They're back on radio. Yep. In Miami. Yep.
So that was a heyday of Alamorada back then when there was a party spot. Now those venues are gone. And too many people own too much property. They don't want none of that noise. So.
And we're going to keep turning up, give the people what they want. Today we're going to turn up to the maximum. So some of y'all going to the club tonight, some of my female friends at night, y'all know how the game goes and you know how the hustle goes. So to me, I could be wrong, but if I could go make a quick $500 in 20 minutes, I'll be damned if I go to the club tonight and work from 8 to 4 and try to get to that 500. I know some of y'all deep hustlers, like Monica Flowers is a deep hustler. She'll get 500 and then she used to go back to the club and pick up another 1,500 and get $2. But I don't know if we all on that level, but if you want to just kind of take a night off, that's not bad, Jeff. $500, 20 minutes. Now, some of y'all watching this say, what is this man talking about 20 minutes for 500? Sexy bull riding contest. Old Town Rodeo. You ever watch a rodeo, man? I love watching the rodeo, but I don't know how many people. They must have a chiropractor. Now I'm thinking they must have it at the real rodeo because that's too much bucking.
Oh, sure.
So tonight we're going to get as close as we can to that bucking. We got Chili Dog. I got my friends from Nashville. We kick off at 8 o'clock, brand new venue, 618 Duval Street. And like I said, 520 minutes. Jeff, did I miss anything as far as that's a pretty good, work smarter, not harder.
This is true.
And you're going to be in the mix.
I'm going to be throwing down the beats in between the band, and then at the end of the band, and during the contest.
It's going to be fun. A lot of fun. And some of y'all female friends out there, the mayor usually have a first lady. We around here, we got a lot of first ladies. We put the S on it. I need y'all to holler at my man Jeff. Say hello. Welcome that man to Key West. We want y'all to be down with us like 4 Flat Tires. We love y'all. We can't have enough women in the club. And also, if we go to 9-to-1 ratio, I'll be happy. What do you think, Jeff?
9-to-1. That's a good ratio. That's a good ratio. We gotta have someone to buy the girls drinks, so we gotta have at least one person.
Who is Monica Flowers? What do you got, Monica?
Tangela Edwards says, hi, hey everyone. And Red Tater says, Jeff, when is the last time you used turntables, and did you ever own 1200s?
He knows about this too.
I didn't own 1200s, but when I was spinning in high school, I spun on 1200s because they came straight out of the radio station, and those were the good old, dependable, old school 1200s. I stopped using turntables when the CDs came out, because if anybody has been a DJ with turntables, you've got to carry the crates, you've got to carry the coffin. There's a lot of weight, and if in those days, if I had the option to be able to carry 2 CD players and a couple of those little cases that when you bust them out of the jewel cases,
right,
you put the CDs in there, you can put 200 in here. You put 200 records in a bunch of milk crates, and it's a backache. Backache.
And I'm going to comment on that backache. So go ahead and hit the share button right here. Boop, boop, boop. So we used to carry 7-8 crates. The crates is like carry crawfish traps. It's real heavy. Not only did we carry crates, we carried Hank cabinets. They ain't the little speakers you got with your little, earpieces. There's some heavy. Hanks fill a whole wall, so that was some serious stuff. That ain't like like once a month. That's like almost every day. So when I seen turntables is when I got in the hip hop culture. First fell in love with hip hop in Miami on breakdancing. I used to go to my friend's house and I pick up a microphone and I would practice on the microphone at my friend's house, and I would look to all the records, and I know the records by heart. If you put some records out, you play Name That Tune. I had Stevie B's manager come. I said, Stevie, can you do me a favor? Tell this man we're not in New York. That man came here dressed with pants and jeans over, man. It's September. I mean, this man gonna melt. Man, send that man to get some shorts. Then he said, this man know hip hop. I said, I won't give a damn if this man from the Bronx or whatever. We gonna play Name That Tune. So we put it on the satellite and we go toe to toe. And that man, Stevie B, dying laughing, go toe to toe. I said, I told you I was gonna crush your man today. The whole weekend we did that. So this is something that is very happy, makes people happy to be part of. We do this. I mean, at least me, if I didn't have to feed my family, I would do this for free. I'm not going to change. I'm still going to wear shell tops no matter how old I am. I don't give a damn who like it, who don't. It's funny how things come full circle. Why did I wear shell tops? Why do you think I wore shell tops? Jeff, you had
Run DMC.
Exactly. Why do girls wear shell tops now? And it came back in style. It's not because of Run DMC. Do you know what?
It's got to be some. I don't know.
Kim Kardashian.
Oh,
Kim Kardashian.
That was my guess.
So what had happened was I pulled up happy as pie. Back in the day, you get shell tops for $19.99. You could buy a whole. You could buy it for the whole year or whatever back then. So it went up a little bit with the inflation. $39, $40. So I pull up in Miami. I've been doing this for a long time. I go to the store. This thing about $80. I said, hold on a second. $80. This must be a specialty store. Something must be going. So I go next to the Foot Locker. $80. I said, this whole plaza must be messed up because this just ain't making sense. When I hit the third one and they said $80, I said, hold on, big homie, time out. How is this? How is these shell tops? Are you buying these shell tops for like $39? I was $80. He said, big homie, this is the biggest thing going. I had to take off my hat. I said, hold on, biggest thing going? What do you mean biggest thing going? He said, yeah. You ain't seen the Kardashians? I said, yeah, I seen it. I said, yeah, ever since them girls wear them shot top, we can't keep this in stock. I said, oh, hell no. So Kim Kardashian brought the price up. I said, yeah, well, you know what? When I thought about it, I couldn't be mad because Run DMC showed it to me. It's a new generation. Kim Kardashian came to Adidas, still relevant. So, shout out to the Kardashians. They figured it out. I mean, them girls are serious. Yeah. You could be mad. You could hate on them. You could say what you want. When they go to the bank, they're happy girls. I think this is their last year, but I gotta give them credit. They figured it out. First DJ gig in Key West, Florida.
Man, this must have been around 98, 97 maybe. And I was working at the Hilton at the time, which is now Margaritaville, but it was the Westin, but it was the Hilton at the time. And on my way to work, I had to walk by Rick's, and I could hear the music booming out of there. And I had a buddy of mine, and we were like, we're going there tonight. So I go up to the DJ booth in Rick's, just curious, because it was all enclosed at the time. You couldn't see in there if the door was closed. It even had window tint in there. So the door was open, and there was a DJ in there, and I looked, and he had the same decks. He had the Pioneer CDJ 100s, I think.
Like the ones you had.
Yeah, the old school ones, like the first version of them. And I said, I've spun on those before. And the guy was like, hey, you want to take over? And that guy happened to be a pretty famous guy in Key West, Rocco.
Rocco.
So he said, you want to try it out? So I spun a little bit, and he said, you know what? I'm going to take off, because at the time, I believe he was DJing at Teasers. And he went over to Teasers and came back about an hour or so later, and I had the dance floor packed. And he said, hey, you want to take over my Monday nights? And that was it. I just took over slowly, Monday night, Tuesday night, and then moved on to the weekend show with Bill Bravo and Ruby Girl.
Yeah. This stuff that we're talking about here is the spirit as pure as it can get. For those of y'all watching, I'm not quite sure if you caught the meaning of this. You know, this guy walks into a nightclub. That's why there's living legends like Rocco that basically do this type of situation. That man he wasn't big-headed. He didn't have a big ego. You know, he just said, hey, you know, you want to give it a whirl, and gave this man an opportunity. So we fast forward here to 2021. I had a similar situation where you have, let's say, a person who has a language barrier, barrier. How do you say that word?
Barrier?
Yeah. And what happens is that those people might not be the best person for a job communicating. Let's say they're in front of an establishment, right? Let's say a restaurant, but they're giving 110%, but they're getting their language where it's really good. Mm-hmm. So what happens is black and white business, they will tell you it's not probably the first, the best person for that job, but whoever believe in that person and keep working with them, or working on the English, there might be 100 they go through, might be one that'll say, you know what, I understand we might lose some people, but this is for the greater good of people. So that is a fascinating story. We got to see if we can pull Rocco out of retirement, because that man's good people. Yeah, and he's very smart, very smart. Yeah. Monica Flowers, you know Rocco, right?
He's not still working with Mark?
I don't think so. I thought he was at the Red Garden, but I'm not sure. But shout out to Rocco, and that was a great story. Who we got over there on your side, Monica?
You have Patrick Klein that said DJ Jeff, and you have Joseph Giardino,
that's my name.
Giardino said, hey Jeff.
Okay. So these might be multiple neighbors. They don't ever know where you be at. You might be in Alamorado, you might be in Fort Lauderdale. There's stuff that we could give out. Mark tried to come in on the backside, but there's stuff they still can't figure out. You know, we learned this a long time ago. We can't, like Jeff said, we can't give you everything. So it's all love. So let me see some. Okay, so this is about to get blood and raw. Please do me a favor. Boop, boop, boop. Hit the share button right over here. Subscribe on my YouTube channel right here. Hit the subscribe button. Boop. Hit the notifications on right over here. Boop. So spring break. Spring break. Spring break. I think we're gonna warm up for spring break today. We're gonna start a month early around here. You know, people been cooped up. You know how they said, hey, you lost your eligibility for football, you lost a year. Well, we're gonna give you some more time. They should give the kids 2 weeks for all the time that all the stuff they've been through. They should give the high school kids 2 weeks too, or whatever. So, can you give me a real wild girls spring break story? One of the wildest ones.
One of the wildest ones.
You know. We can't give them everything, but
yeah,
we can't give you all everything. We tell you all, be serious.
Well, just the fact what I had to do during spring break, 30 days, is pretty wild.
Oh, tell me. So he's describing what you call the 30-day program. Yeah. And I'm going to get into that. That's a whole different level. These days, Mike, we don't have that 30-day program. We only try to make the intern go on the 10-day program. Can't even make that. Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, 30 days, because they spread the schools out, so it's not just, there's a heavy hitter Florida weekend where you got a couple Florida schools, but it's from start to finish, there's no days off. The money's there to be made, you got to make it. So I would start off my day, I ran a crew that would go up and down Smathers Beach, because that's where the spot is, where everybody
Marketing and Promotion 101.
So we would give out Frisbees, I would recruit, a couple of ladies to be in the wet t-shirt contest. And then, we would give out the Frisbees and, support whatever program they were trying to push at the point. At that point it was drink and drown. And so that was the beach. That was early in the morning. From whatever you did the night before, it didn't matter. You had to hit the beach. and I ran a crew. And then I had to DJ at a local pool in the afternoon, so I would go home, take a little power nap.
No pain, no gain.
DJ at a pool from, I think it was like 3 or 4 till like 6. And then I go home and take a power nap. And then from 8 to 11, I was upstairs at Rick's, just DJing, throwing it down, getting the early crowd in. There's different waves. You get the early partiers, you get, they fall off, then you get the second wave.
Right.
Also still recruiting for the wet t-shirt contest.
Okay.
So back in the day,
Okay.
they had an MC. And that MC would yell into the microphone. Didn't know that there's a whole bunch of amplifiers behind it.
Right.
But would yell into the microphone, got hoarse. They said, you got to come down and MC this contest.
Okay.
So I would make a 45-minute mix on a CD burner, and they had in the DJ booth. Pop that thing in from 11 to 11:45 was the only time allotted that we had to take up the Dirty Harry's downstairs. So I would get up on the stage and I would do the wet t-shirt contest, jump off, and run back upstairs, 11:45 to 4 and DJ.
Gotcha.
Most of the spring break when I was DJing, that was a day, and then you get up the next day and do it all over again. So.
Yep. My 30-day program, I could tell you, I won't have enough time today to tell you how I got into the Epic. That's a whole different show. But when I was at the Epic, before the vendors came out, I was on the street. Vendors usually get there early, prepping hot dogs and all that. Ain't no time to be playing around. Just grown folks visiting, get people in the club today. Go in there, Jeff, we was out there doing our thing. So basically, we would talk to kids, give out flyers to the kids, let them know what's going on, right? So that was the whole day. If we wouldn't miss, if 418 kids came to the beach, we would talk to 418 kids at the beach, right? So then we would hit hotel to hotel. I'm not talking about just, pull up at the hotel. So I'm tired, like you in this room, here we go. We got a squad come right in the room and party with you and talk with you and just make it happen. Toe to toe. Then it's getting close to the sun going down. Then you get the street. Streets are necessarily to make things happen. So therefore, I will start my setup getting people in the street by barking. I'm a CEO barker. I go on the street. I don't give a damn who doing what. I'm gonna get people in the club. Mm-hmm. So that was after setting up a security crew. We run a whole top security crew. Then basically there was a thing called twerking. It was called Big Booty Contest. And Big Booty Contest, y'all know what time it is with that. This is way ahead of its time. One day, just sitting watching TV, I was on an infomercial. I don't know how they did it, but I was out there. I had to call the Way 100. I said, man, they got my image out here on TV. Man. I ain't consented to nothing like this or whatever. So we would do that on a 30-day program. And do not do this. Is not a good thing to do. But one day we had a little issue, and I was kind of wild back in the day. So I'm sending 18 people in the club. 14 of them coming up. I sent 28, 10 come up. When them kids came and told me, see, I didn't have the patience. I still have little patience now, but this was really bad back then. This was really, really bad. When them kids told me that the guy on the beer keg keep being mean to him, I walked up into the beer keg. I ain't asked nobody. I picked that man up and threw him straight out of the beer keg. They had to call Mr. Joe Weiss for the top off. I said, man, Louie off the. I said, man, listen. This shit stuff hard. I don't give a fuck about nothing. And this guy here, we trying to work hard. We've been working for 9. He gonna be mean to kid, man. I ain't got time for this or whatever. I better not see this man. I ain't never seen him since or whatever, because I just couldn't stomach the fact. But this is not a proper way to handle things. Don't do that. That's not good. But at that time, it was just it was crazy. What a crazy time. So we could appreciate, like me, Jeff. If we don't do this one more day, I'm happy to say I did enough for everybody. I don't know how you feel. How do you feel about that?
After March, I wasn't DJing a lot at all. I did a few Facebook things, and there was a part of me that was happy with the career that I've had with it. And if I had to hang it up and go on, the late nights and just being around that environment all the time sort of takes away from when you want to go out and do it for yourself. You're like, if I'm not working, I don't want to be out here.
Right.
But when you get pulled back into it, and you go through some of the enjoyable things about it.
Right. Yeah, so it's absolutely special.
I could hang my hat up and be good with the career that I've had with it, or I can take it to another level.
Absolutely. That's what we're trying to do. So, Monica Flowers, anybody out there?
You have Monica Herrera
Monica Herrera Marquise. Yeah.
Valdez Tip.
Oh, Tip is watching. Hey, Tip, Tip, I love you, but I know y'all had a rough day at the office at the Super Bowl. But y'all gonna be back. I mean, that man Brady was nothing to play with.
You see him drunk on the boat?
Yeah, he was on the boat. Anybody else, Monica?
I don't remember if I got her, but Martha Marshall.
Okay. Hey, Martha. And Jeff, I think you got a couple of people on your side, actually.
Jeremy, big shout out to Jeremy.
Yeah. Who's this right here?
Stacy.
Yeah.
So Storybook. Yeah. Storybook.
Yeah, I think you got a couple right
Aruba.
here. Yeah,
Aruba
we would
story,
try to get everybody in here, so make sure you get everybody in there. We'll make sure everybody's good. So you got everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, so all love. So listen, we got to get out of here. We headed over to the Old Town Rodeo, 618 Duval Street. We're going to do a little live broadcast. If you go to Wild 92.7 right now, 7 to 9, and get there early and sign up for the contest. Like I said, quick $500 in 20 minutes. Come check out the band. And there's a lot of other stuff going on property. You can sing karaoke. We're looking to make the next Jimmy Buffett out of Key West. So you start with karaoke. That's how we start now over here. So every day we can see talent. You was in Jam Pony. How was the Jam Pony karaoke?
That was my first round of DJing karaoke ever.
Really?
Yeah, I've never done it.
Wow.
It's very similar to just regular DJing, but you know, you got to keep the flow going. You got to do two things at once with the mic, and you got to run things. But I was surprised there were some good singers in there.
You did a great job.
Thanks.
Yep.
I mean, it was a slow start, and there was a push, but there's a definite knack to it. You know?
Absolutely.
You got to make people feel like they did a good job, even if they didn't do a good job.
It's customer service.
Yeah. So
shout out to DJ Falseman. I'll be back in the building. Yeah. And I heard Monica Flowers took the mic. I didn't know she had them pipes in her. Like, what did you sing, Monica?
Yeah, dumped that too.
Last
Strawberry
time I was
wine.
doing strawberry wine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good rendition.
Yeah. Big Ron. Shout out to Ron. Came out there. He could blow a little bit. So my question is, you got a gentleman here. Who is Michael Knowles? Mike, you gonna hit the mic soon?
I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm singing enough.
Hey, everybody's singing karaoke. Right?
Well, you know, hey,
You don't have to. You can do your Ray Charles.
Yeah. You can make it
here we
happen.
go.
You can't see Mike, but he's got glasses on. Here we go.
So listen, all love right now. Thank you all. Thank you for the keysindie.com. Accident lawyers and the keys. If you have an accident, a car, moped, a bicycle, God forbid on that ocean, just go to forthekeysindie.com. Also, advanced urgent care, Key West Marathon in Key Largo, affordable health care, $89. And if you feel sick, go in the ivermectin protocol. Dr. B, Bruce Burrows in the building. Boy, that man is 38 special hot. He said he wants the show to be today, so tomorrow it's going to be on and popping. And Naughty Vapes, quit them cigarettes right across the street from the fire department. #1 vape shop in the world. Rebecca and Debbie, thank you for watching. 10% local military discount. NAUTI Vapes on Facebook. And also, I kind of like the Kaya Island Eats for Valentine's. Take a special person out there. And it's special like roses over there. Nice ambiance. So hopefully, you know, you'll do the right thing for your lady. You better, because them ladies ain't playing around. If you have a good woman, you make sure you keep her, because, you know, when a woman fed up, ain't a damn thing you can do about it. So all love right now. Jeff, you ready for the Old Town Rodeo? What can they expect out there in the at the Old Town Rodeo? Let's break it down from point A to point B with everything going on tonight.
Well, if it's anything like last weekend, a lot of crowd, a lot of attractive ladies, especially coming out for this thing, and a lot of people hyping them up. So
Gotcha.
We got a great country band, and then you're truly spinning the tunes in between and before and after. So
Gotcha. And then the $500 sexy bull riding contest.
Something for everybody.
Ride a horse, say a cowboy. It's definitely going to be very interesting out there. We look to have a lot of fun tonight, and we're going to give you something special every night down there at the different various venues. So thank you. Who is Monica Flowers? Who is Michael Knowles? DJ Jeff, you counted him out, and he came back like rocket.